Hello, ho ho, and welcome to Fashion Report Friday, the weekly video series trying to get you the most MGP possible from the Mandeville Gold Saucer every Friday when judging begins for the Fashion Report minigame. This is week 308, and the theme this time around is a festive one. It is the Bearded Saint. The individual clues for items include wild whiskers for any helm in the game, winter wonderland for our chest, in sheep's clothing for our gloves, and winter wonderland once again for our feet. In this video we have a 100 score, an 80 with dies, and the easiest 80 we could come up with also an attempt at trying to help free trial players out as well. For the 100 score then, for Wild Whiskers, I personally went for the False Beard, the Saint's Beard. This is something that used to be attainable in the game, but is now, since like many other items from previous events, on the premium cash shop. Alternatives to this slot include other premium items including the False Mustache and Saint's Cap, things like that, as well as some vendor purchased in-game items which are locked behind level 78 of specific roles. This includes the Dwarven Mithril Helms and Turbans, so this can be for Disciple of Magic or Disciple of War. If you want to get these, go over to Tomra and talk to the Junkmonger. For 24,355 gil, you can get yourself a helm. This doesn't help a lot of people out considering it's locked to level 78, but it is a really viable option and will be vendor purchased, unlike a lot of the other options. For our chest then, I personally went for the Starlight Tunic. This is something that was attainable in 2014 during the Starlight celebration, and is since been moved to the cash shop for premium purchase. Alternatives do include the Starlight Robe and indeed the Dream Tunic if you're able to get that in the actual game. Now, of course, we can go for other items including the Winter and Adventuring Sweaters, both of those crafted with Weaver. The Glacial Coat will work, and I believe the Highland Smock will also work as well, which is, again, another Weaver recipe. Unfortunately, for some reason, probably due to oversight on Square Enix's part, the new Unorthodox set will not work for any of these slots this week, which is a real shame. For the gloves then, personally, I went for the Reindeer Gloves. This is something that was attainable from, you guessed it, a previous seasonal event back in 2015. Since then, they have moved on to the cash shop. Alternatives to this include a lot of tribal related hands. This includes the Cote of the Blue from the Kojin over in the Ruby Sea, the Nath Arms from the Vath Stick Peddler in the Dravanian Forelands for 4 black copper gil, the Vanu Vanu Arms from the Vanu Vanu tribe, and the Zundu Arms from the Zundu tribe. Specifically, those all should work for gold rating. As well as that, there's also the Werewolf Arms if you have that from the Werewolf set back in All Saints Wake 2017. That's also on the cash shop. And finally, for our boot slot, I personally went for the Dream Boots. The Dream Boots are something that is obtainable from the market board, and other players will be selling this. Alternatives to this include the Highland Boots, which is a craftable item in the game, leatherworker recipe, again from the market board if you can get it from other people. And the Glacial Boots will also work for gold this week. Any of those will work. So that was the 100 score, not particularly friendly to everyone. So let's move on to the 80 with dies. Your 80 with dies is a little bit unfortunate. We've got 2 pure white dies. The first of the pure white dies is on any weapon in the game, and the legs in the game pure white. We have charcoal grey, which is NPC purchased on any helm in the game, and we've got current purple from the Amalja tribe on any chest in the game, along with metallic red on any gloves in the game, and peacock blue, which is another Amalja purchase or from a market board for any feet in the game. Not too bad for 2 pure whites let it down though. So let's move on to the easy 80. For our easiest 80 then, basically any 2 items from the 100 will work very easily for you. I personally think that a combination of dyes is probably the best way to go about this. For example, dyeing any helm in the game charcoal grey, considering it's from a vendor purchased situation, and then combining that with something like the Winter Sweater, which is a Weaver recipe and will require the use of the market board. and dye that current purple, but that's probably one of the cheaper options. But any 2 items from the 100 will work, as you can see here. Another option that I was trying to scratch my head around how I could make this work for a free trial player. So what I came up with was that free trial players have access to content, therefore that works. So the Nath arms, for example, from the Dravanian Forelands, if you get to Bloodsworn with the Nath, you can get those arms. Those are gold rated arms, so we could equip those straight away. So if we could get those and then combine some dyes with other slots, for example, charcoal grey, obviously obtainable from an NPC, so we can put that on any helm in the game. Then we've got current purple, which you can obtain in the game, and of course we've got peacock blue. So if we put current purple on any chest in the game and peacock blue on any feet in the game combined with that set of arms, then we should be absolutely fine. But again, that's a bit of a stretch considering not every free trial player will be wanting to get to Bloodsworn with the Nath, but it's there if you have. But yeah, ideally what you would want to do as an easy 80 is probably just combine 2 of the items from the 100. But I tried my best with the free trial players, but honestly there's not a lot of very good options because most of the things that are vendor purchased are above the level of the free trial. So at least I tried, and there is an option. But anyway, let me know what you think about this. Thank you so much for another year of fashion reports. We are looking to get even more of these next year. Hopefully we get some more variation in clues and some ideas of some new items as we lead into Dawn Trail. That will be exciting. So much love. I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.